What is up, everybody? Taco Bandit here for another Taco Tuesday. So we have a lot to cover this week, so I thought I'd just stay here in my garage and get right down to it. So a lot of y'all have been complaining, or at least are aware of the issue of the squeaky leaf springs here on the 3rd Gen Tacomas. So Chad and I both have 2016 Tacomas. Again, mine is a Tier D off-road access cab. It was built around March. His was built either in April or May, I believe, and he does have the double cab sport that you've seen in some of the other videos. But in case you've forgotten, or in case you're new to the channel, these are both our second set of leaf springs. So the set that came directly from the factory when the truck was new did develop a squeak, both around 4,000 or 5,000 miles, and they were replaced under the warranty. However, here at about 20,000 miles for me and about 15,000 miles for him, the squeak has returned, and unfortunately we do have a squeaky truck yet again. Now, I wouldn't say it's quite as bad as the squeak the first time. However, you'll see when we shake the truck back and forth, it does have a little bit of a squeak, and it is a little bit annoying, especially since it is a brand new truck. Now, a few weeks ago, Chad did cover that there was sort of a fix for this with lubrication and everything else, and if you put, a lot of you are saying white lithium grease on your bushings, that'll actually calm the issue and make your truck a little bit less quiet. However, Toyota is saying that is the wrong fix, and now apparently they're offering a new fix for you if you take your truck to the dealer. So here, I'll read you what Toyota put out here. So this is listed as a sort of a Toyota technician tip, and it says the condition is 2016 to 2017 Tacoma customers complained about a squeak noise coming from the leaf springs when the vehicle experiences any up and down movement. I would say that is correct. Reading on here, sand and dirt and or other debris may enter the space between the silencer pad and the contact surface of the leaf spring. When the vehicle rear suspension experiences any movement, friction is caused between the silencer pad and it may result in a squeak noise. Now, this is where it starts to differ from the fix that we were talking about a few weeks ago. We were talking about lubricating the bushing, which is where, both on the front and the rear, where the leaf spring bolts on. Here, Toyota is talking about the silencer pads, which is kind of between each leaf of the leaf pack. There's small rubber, kind of circular pads that are supposed to calm the condition. So here under the recommendation, we'll read on here a little bit farther. To remedy this condition, it is recommended to clean the surfaces between the spacer and the leaf spring. This is best performed by lifting the vehicle so where the wheels are suspended off the ground. Using a nylon pry tool, carefully pry each leaf apart on the contact surface of the leaf spring, not to damage the metal contact surface, as this can contribute to the squeak as well. Use only water and a clean rag, thoroughly wipe all surfaces. This includes the silencer pad and metal contact surface of each leaf spring to ensure all sand and dirt has been thoroughly removed and surfaces are dry. And then it goes on and on. But this was actually sent to me from someone inside Toyota, and I just got a screenshot here, but that is all that it says on that Toyota technician tip. So I think this is really interesting. A few weeks ago, we were all fairly certain that if you did lube up or grease the bushings on the leaf pack, it would quiet your suspension down considerably and get rid of that awful leaf spring squeak. However, Toyota is saying that is completely wrong and that you need to actually just clean the contact surface in between those silencer pads, and that any additional grease applied to the leaf pack can result in additional debris getting stuck to the leaf pack. So I can kind of understand where they're coming from there. However, a lot of us have gotten our leaf springs replaced under warranty. That didn't seem to fix the issue, and if it is just those silencer pads that are the issue, I'm not sure why Toyota wouldn't have changed the design of those yet. So if you are still suffering from the squeaky leaf spring issue, please do go out and get your truck to the nearest dealer as soon as possible. So to cover some more Toyota news this week, we actually forgot one story last week, and that is Toyota put a trademark out for the name TJ Cruiser. Now, we're not exactly sure what this will go to, and it may just be Toyota trying to lure some people off and just throwing a random trademark out there. But we did see the FT4X concept a few months ago at the auto show, and we did talk about that. A lot of y'all did really like it and thought it was an interesting concept. A lot of y'all thought it was hideous, and not worthy of the kind of FJ lineage that they were kind of adding to that vehicle with the styling cues of it. But whether you like it or not, I think everyone will really agree that it would be a good thing for Toyota to add another vehicle to their off-road lineup, and hopefully they'll do something with that name, and hopefully it will become something. But again, it's not guaranteed that they will do anything. It's not guaranteed that it will be based off the FT4X concept, but again, hopefully we'll at least see something. One interesting thing that we did think about that name is that the TJ was actually a name used for the older Wranglers, so it was kind of curious that Toyota would bring back that name for one of their own vehicles and not just come up with a different nomenclature. But moving on to some Jeep news now, the JL Wrangler forums, which is the new version of the Wrangler about to come out, did do some renderings of what they're calling the JT Wrangler truck. So the name for that truck is still kind of up in the air. Jeep has not released a whole lot about it, but we have seen a few test mules rolling around, and here on the forums they did do some renderings to kind of show what they think that the JT truck will look like. Now, they did do two different drawings, one of kind of a single cab longer bed truck and one of what would be the equivalent of a double cab shorter bed truck. Now, the shorter configuration is definitely not confirmed as of now. All the test mules that I was just talking about were of the four-door vehicle, but hopefully that we will see both. And they're claiming that there are actually a couple differences between the JL Wrangler and what will be this JT truck. They're saying the doors might be a little bit different. There might be some differences in some of the quarter panels and the vents and that sort of thing. But I will put a link in the description as well for that, so you can kind of go check it out and let me know what you think. Personally, I think it's awesome. If I was going to get one of those trucks for off-road, I would definitely look at the single cab because it does appear to be a shorter wheelbase to me. Again, all these are just drawings, but I think especially the single cab is a really kind of handsome package, and I would definitely like to see one of those out on the streets before too long. In other Jeep news here, they have started making the Jeep Compass that we just got here in the States in India. And the India plant will be making all of the right-hand drive ones, so they'll be going to Australia, a lot of parts of Europe and everything else. Obviously, the left-hand drive vehicles like we get here are not made in that India plant. They're made more stateside. But this is pretty interesting. It definitely goes and shows how Fiat Chrysler is trying to make more global products, and Jeep talks about that all the time. So hopefully that sells really well for them. I know they're starting to pop up more and more here in the States, and starting to see them in my area. So that pretty much wraps up everything we have to talk about for this week. Thank you all very much for watching. Have a fantastic week, everybody. We'll catch you next time.